directed a documentary that won an Oscar just weeks ago. It was about violence that Palestinians face in the West Bank. Well, now he is a part of his own story. Oscar-winning Palestinian filmmaker Hamdan Bilal has now been released by Israeli police after he was among 3 people arrested for an altercation with Israeli settlers last night. The IDF claiming that the group threw rocks at Israelis and later at police who tried to break it all up. Bilal was actually hospitalized, but he's on his way home now. Our Matt Rivers joins us from Tel Aviv. He had a chance to speak to him from his hospital bed. Matt, what did he tell you about everything and how it went down?
Yeah, Kira, we got a call from one of his friends who was actually with Hamdan Bilal in his hospital room. We got him on the phone and we asked him what happened. What he says happened is very different than what you hear from authorities. What he says happened is that there was a group of Jewish settlers that had come into his village. That had been happening more frequently, he says, since he won the Oscar a few weeks ago. They were attacking residents. They were being violent, including to his neighbor. At some point, Bilal came outside, was filming them. They turned their attention to Bilal. He ran back to his house. He tried to stand in front of his door because his family was inside, and he told us that's when he was attacked. So we were actually about to do a live shot with you, Kira, last hour when we spoke to Bilal. So you'll see as we play this soundbite here, I'm actually standing in the same position just an hour ago. Here's what he said.
Beat me, like hard attack. He's focused just on my head. He's kicked my head's like around 10 times. I was bleeding from everywhere from my head. And also there's another soldier, he was kicked me and beat me with a gun.
And so worth noting there, he mentions a soldier. He said he's not sure who the soldiers were, whether they were authorities. It's impossible for us to know who those people were. He said there was also a plainclothes settler there. Both the IDF and Israeli police denying that they were involved in any way in this beating. But regardless, he was then taken into custody, held overnight at an IDF facility and an Israeli police facility. Ultimately, he was questioned and released this morning. Still unclear, Kira, exactly if he is charged with something, if he's still being investigated. He was released by the authorities, but we're not exactly sure his status at this point. But he tells me that right now he's afraid for his life because he thinks there's every chance that settlers will come back to his house and try and do this again. But I asked him, why are you speaking out if you're afraid of his life? And he said, by speaking to you, I hope something will eventually change.
Wow. Great get. Our Matt Rivers there in country. Thank you, Matt.